Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to bring you a project that I made for the Project Share blog hop. So we do this once a month, first Saturday of every month, and most of us generally make a video to go with it. Our theme is Sale-A-Bration. So this launched yesterday, and so we decided that our theme would be using stuff from Sale-A-Bration. I've already done a video of flicking through and looking at this. So what I'm going to use today is the gold and silver 6x6 design at series paper. You get 24 sheets in this pack. And I'm also going to use these tree top dies, and I'll be using a sentiment from a new stamp set as well. So in this blog hop is my friends Verity, Heather and Jill, although Jill won't be taking part. She's still taking some time off. So this is what I've made. So the paper, I thought the dotty one, dots and stripes, and I thought very snowflakey, very Christmas. So you get, that is what's left over of that sheet. So we've got this stripe, you get 6 sheets of each, 6 of the silver stripes, 6 of the silver dots. I need another sheet of that, and then repeated in the gold. I was going to do gold, but I decided I'd go back with silver because I'm going to change it up a little bit and I'm going to do some inking. So I decided to do one plain, and I think this paper will take ink really, really well. So I thought I'd change things up, and where I've used smoky slate on this one, I'm going to use Night of Navy because I think Night of Navy and silver go beautifully together. And I thought if I ink this in Night of Navy, it'll look a little bit like a beautiful snowy sky. I could have used Starry Sky, but I've gone for Night of Navy just because I have. So I've got a normal card blank here, half a sheet of A4, cut in half, scored in half. I have cut the silver foil down to be my usual first size mat, so I've just got to cut this down to my normal second size mat. I have it all marked out here on my trimmer, and the sizes do depend if you know whether or not you're using A4 or letter size. So in letter size country, in letter size countries, you'd be 5.5. So the blue would be 5.5 deep. Then this would be 5.25, and this would be 5. This would be 4 1/8. So this would it be 4 1/8? No, 4 1/4. So this would be 4, and this would be 3 3/4. But for us, it's a bit different. So that's 5 7/8, 5 5/8, 5 3/8, and then this way we've got 4 1/8, we've got 3 7/8, we've got 3 5/8. There we go. That's my layers, and I have cut a white one for the inside as well. So that is the basic layering. We will do some die cutting. So I have used the trees in this. There's loads of, so this paper's free with a £45 order. This die set's free with a £90 order, and this die set goes with Trees for Sale stamp set in the catalogue, and you can cut out all of these trees that you have stamped with this. You can cut out the pole, you can cut out the string of lights, the dog, the trees for sale sign, the little you know, holder for the tree. When I first showed this in my video, it was like, I don't know what they are. Well, I think they're trunks for the trees, because 3 different sizes, they've got like a wood effect on them. So that's what I thought. I did also think possibly they're little caravan steps. Not sure, but I've used them in that way. So I have used the outline tree and the detail of the tree, and I have used those as the trunks. So as ever, I am frugal, and we don't need to work, you know, you won't notice. So I'm gonna be cutting the trees from this center of this. Don't need it. That's going to be cut out of a scrap of white. But yeah, so I'll be die cutting those out of the center of the card, and then you won't notice because that will cover it. I may even cut it into a rectangle so it's covered up. So, but that is going to go up on my die cutter. I'll do that in a moment. First off, we're going to do the inking on this. So I'm going to bring in a sheet to ink on. There we go. I've got a brush there that I have previously used in Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis, so that will be fine now to use in this Night of Navy. I just couldn't remember. So I'm just gonna go over and add colour. I do love doing this. I find it quite satisfying. I do think that it might be quite good exercise from the finger wings, which are flippity flappy as I'm doing. So yeah, just I'm going to go in different directions as well, and the more you do it, the darker the shade that you will get. So just keep going. I'm keeping my eyes away from, I'm sitting back because I've got terrible streaming eyes. I'm sure it's hay fever. Well, I have all sorts of allergies. I'm allergic to loads of things, and so I get, my eyes have been watering now all week really. Don't seem to dry up, and so sometimes I get dripping, and I don't want to drip tears onto this because it would ruin it. So I might speed this up. There, I think that'll do. And then what you can do is take I've got dry baby wipe. Here I use these all the time in my craft room. Really good for mopping up glue. And I'm just running it over, and it will take off the ink that's settled on top of the foiling so that it shows up again and it's not dulled. And just give that a little bit of a rub, and now that foiling is coming back to life. There we go. Super. So now I'm just going to get the die cutting done. There we are. So they're all cut out. I even cut the white ones and the trunks. And so I got them all out of that centerpiece. I'm gonna neaten it up actually. So when I do that, I generally go over here to like 1/2 inch and sort of start at about 1/2 inch there, and then go down to about 1/2 inch before it ends. I sometimes do this before I do any of the sort of die cutting in the middle. Just depends how I'm feeling. I'll do 1/2 inch there. And 1/2 inch there. And that should tuck it out. There we go. A few little bits. I could probably get a few little bits out of that. So I do like to stretch my stash. Just neaten that up a little bit more. And take that one off. There we go. So now we're ready. So that will go on there. You'll never ever know. Never ever know. So I'm gonna put the decoration on here first. I always like to do that because if we fluff it up, we haven't wasted this. I watch other people be really brave and like stick it all down to the card. It's like, nah. No, 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 no. I do not do that. So you could, if you wanted to, layer that up and we could have silver on silver. Could do that. But I'm doing it so it's like snow-capped trees. I'm just gonna, because they're so tiny, I'm gonna use my tweezers to hold on. There's a bit there that's not come out. And my glasses. Because it's going on foil, I'm gonna use Collall glue because it rubs off easier than Tombow. Did leave the lid off this. There we go. You get these like string bits, and then it's easy for them to come off, and they don't leave marks on the shiny bit of the foil. And sometimes what I just do, I don't know if you can see the stringy bits on there. I think you can just about make them out. And I just use my pokey tool. Pick a tool it's called, and I never remember. It's pokey tool with benefits. It's got other things. So they're like bits of kebwob. Kebwob is what we used to call cobwebs. There we go, and then that can just go on to top there. And I'll just take one of my acrylic blocks, hold it down. Works a treat. And then we just repeat that for the rest of them. There we go. So I'm going to stick this. I'm going to use my other one for guide because I quite like the placement. So about on the middle, to the left, to the top. There we go. Stick that on there. And then we'll do this one. There we go. So we're going to have, that's probably going to go there. So we'll put that out there, put a little space, put that there. And then we'll get the last one done. Oh. I might speed these bits up, probably will, although I am still chatting. Just in case I don't know. Do you like me little chatting, or would you rather I speed it up? Let me know. Sometimes I think my videos are quite long. I don't want people to get bored. So that's going to be there. So have that one there. Just a little cluster of wintry trees. I'm going to stick the trunks to the trees. Although I can only see two. The biggest one is not there. The way I did these is I stuck them down and then I just pushed them under. Oh, bloomin' Jazz. Bloomin' I had the trimmer in, didn't I? Trimming up. I'm going to have to find it. I'll cut it again. Yeah, it was by my trimmer. So, just going to stick a bit. Stick a bit on there. Probably would have been better off using Tombow for this because it does dry quicker, but there you go. You know what I thought it did? I'll stick that there, that there. That there. Something like that. Something like that is what I'm after. So I'm not sticking these up on dimensionals because cost of post. Some of them I will, because some cards I hand deliver. So, and because this is basically it's 4 layers of cardstock, it don't really need popping up. It's already got the dimension in the different layers. And here comes the rain. Crazy weather. I think we've had one of the hottest Junes in years. And July is not starting very well. There we go. So now this needs to get glued on here. So what I'm going to do is glue the outline of this first. Maybe should have used my thicker bottle. Never mind. Stick this down eyeball to get the margins right. I love silver and night navy. Love it, love it, love it. Let's make sure we know which is the right way up. That way. So I'm going to stick that down. I did wonder if it needed a white layer to make it pop. Not gonna. Thought about it, thought against it. I've lost my pin for this. If you could see the state of my craft room, it's even just, desk's all right. The rest of the room is just unbelievable. Ed was hoovering yesterday and he's literally hoovered just the doorway, the bit he can see when he walks past, because it offends him. And I'm like, was there really any point in that? I have been so busy, but I've got a little bit of time now, I think. I'm going to do a little bit of tidying. There we are. So now it's just the sentiment. Now what I did in this was I heat embossed in silver and then matted in silver on it. But I'm thinking, because I've used white there, I might stamp in Night of Navy on white. Might still matte on silver, but I'm thinking that. Now I am taking the little Happy Christmas here from Joyful Flurry. I said to Jill when I got this, I went, I do think this Happy Christmas from this set is going to be one of my most used Christmas sentiments. I did mount Let It Snow as well, just in case I fancied Let It Snow. I don't like how that's stamped. I'll try again. I prefer that. So let's get my long scissors. And we'll pull my glasses down. Okay. Yeah, I think that needs it for the white on the snow. Quite like that. I'm not quite liking the fact that it's not as straight as I'd like it. Now, a little bit of silver is required. Got some scraps. Got a little snowflake. That must have been from last Christmas. I'm wondering if I mount it on a little bit of blue as well. I'll do a little bit of blue and then a little bit of silver. I think we might do that. So, gonna put the glue on here. I like to glue it down first, then I know where I'm cutting. Put it on that little bit. Try and do it so I don't have to cut one side. And then snip it. And then we'll just glue it to the silver. I don't like the bottom edge of that, so I'm going up a little bit. So I will cut the bottom of that. And then I'm going to cut that bottom bit. Didn't like the edge. There we go. So, quite like how that's turned out. There we go. I think that I'm happy with that. That is cool. I think I popped the other one up on dimensionals. I did. I'm not popping this up. It's 3 layers of cardstock. Don't often put sentiment at the top like that, but I felt that was where the best space was. So, last thing I want to do is I've got my bit of card, and I thought to emulate the front, we'd use these dots from Joyful Flurry, and I just stamp a bit of Night and Navy on there. I've done it on this one with the Smoky Slate. Just liked how it looked. Over stamped there. can't be having that. It's because this is a fairly new stamp mat. So it's quite cushioned, and you actually don't want cushion with a red rubber stamp. I might have overdone it. It'll be, look, there's still room to write. There we go. So I'm just going to stick that down and we're all done. And that's it. So there we go. So do let me know, which do you like best? Night Navy or Smoky Slate? Do go, I will link to my blog down below, and there'll be a link in that taking you to Verity and Heather, and you go and check out what Sale-A-Bration items they have used. And I'll link down below to my shop. Obviously the paper and the dies you can't buy, you can only get them free with £45 purchase for the paper, £90 purchase for the dies, and it's worth checking out the matching stamp set as well. Okay, bye for now. See you all. I'll be back tomorrow actually with another video. Okay, bye bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.